video, we are going to learn how to use a Diagalope Envelope Template by Judikins so we can make this fun and easy to use envelope. So let's get started. What tools are you going to need? You're going to need obviously the template, a pair of scissors. We recommend a Teflon bone folder, a pencil, a double-sided, double-headed dotting tool, and some sort of adhesive. I've got a tape runner here and double-sided tape. For today's video, I'm actually going to be using the double-sided tape, and of course your scissors, which I said just earlier. So let's get started. We are going to make a Diagalope envelope template. The finished piece is going to be 4 5/16 by 8 5/8, so you know exactly what size card to be using to be putting into this. And the fun thing about the Diagalope is there's two ways to do it. You can do a vertical top, which is shown in the sample right here, as well as my sample right there, where the card will fit in right here, or you can turn it to a horizontal type of look, which makes it fun. So you can turn it on its side, adhere these panels right here, and have the flap for your guests to open up their card on its side right there and put your card inside. So let's get going on making our actual sample here. I'm going to push this off to the side. So I already laid this down and traced it and cut it out, but just a word about how to do that. When you put it down on your paper, I would recommend tracing on the inside flaps as well. Now, if you know you are going to open it from this end, I would not put a pencil line right here. Of course, you need to trace all around the edges, and then these are also the places where you're going to score. If you know you're going to use your envelope as a horizontal type, where the flap is going to come up right here, where your card is going to insert, then I would not recommend putting a pencil line right here. Just so you can see, no pencil line, but I did score it so that your person, whoever's going to open up your card, doesn't see your pencil mark right there. So when you go ahead and trace the outside of it, put your pencil marks in, depending upon which envelope template you use, sometimes the space is a little bit larger to where you can use a Teflon bone folder to put it into the spot to crease or score, or you might want to use the double-sided head. That's why double-sided dotting tool. That's why I've pulled this one out. So for this instance, we want to go ahead and score all along the inside, no matter if there's a pencil mark or not, which I've already done. So I'm going to lift this guy up. And so you can see my lines right here, as well as a score line. So I'm going to fold these in. We're going to fold that flap in, and these two flaps in, and that flap over as well. And what we want to do, because I have my pencil line as well as my score line, I like to do what's called a soft fold before I actually get out my bone folder and crease it, just to make sure it doesn't go crooked on me. So I'm going to do a soft fold over here. And then I chose paper. It's a fall looking type of paper with leaves on it. And then no double-sided paper, just a single-sided print. Cardstock, double-sided paper, all of that makes for a fun type of envelope to match whatever card you're doing. Now that I've creased and did a hard fold and scored all of them, I'm going to make this particular card adhere right here, and then we're going to adhere this because I'm going to make a top envelope piece right there. So we are going to put our tape on here, and then I'm going to put it along the side of the fold so I do not, mess up where I'm actually putting my tape. So we're going to do that, crease right there, and now we need to do it on this side as well. So let's put our tape on this. Adhesive is personal preference. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm putting a piece right there, but I recommend putting it all along there so you get a really secure envelope fold. So I'm going to just go ahead and crease it. Now sometimes you get a little bubble on the end, So you want to take your bone folder and just kind of finish that guy off. Now your envelope is ready to be used, addressed how you wish, and then this is going to be a top fold, which means we're going to put cards into the top of it. So let's show you a couple of different things. This one's called a bridge card. That one's a little bit fall and it matches. And then it needs to be pushed over to the side in order to mail. So this Diagalope works perfect for that. Pushing it off to the side and allowing that guy to go in. This is called a bridge fold card because the wreath acts as the bridge to hold both pieces together. Now I wanted to show you another card or another envelopes that we've got double-sided paper on, which is really fun to be using. Obviously I showed you that one earlier where you'd put your card on the inside to make this flap interesting. And then I wanted to show you also, this one I actually overshot with the tape runner. So I want to show you guys that. So that is going to be sticky. So as soon as you finish off what you're going to put into there, I recommend just putting a little bit of embellishment right there. The envelope is not ruined by any means, or you can put some washi tape right there as well. So just wanted to show you what one looks like with perfectly put down adhesive and one with a little oops on it. All right, so then the reason you would want to use a Diagalope, it's a little bit wider than a slimline and not as long as one, but sometimes you use you make cards that you need a little bit of a puff. I call it a puff or a little bit of space. This is a panel shaker card. It's got a little bit of dimension right there, so I need a envelope, that is a little bit wider for that puffiness of the card or something with embellishments to go into. So you want to use it for that reason. Now let's take a look at the difference between a slimline and a Diagalope. Slimline is just a little bit longer, but as you can see is on the skinnier side differently than the Diagalope template. So this card can definitely go in here as well as there. And then this one just hangs over just a little bit. So it's a little extra wide to go into this one. So it'll fit into the Diagalope just perfectly without ruining those stickers on top right there. So that is the difference. Let me show you. A slimline card will of course fit in here. But again, if you have any of the embellishments with a little bit of a puff, you're going to want to use the Diagalope versus the slimline. So this card is a little bit on the wider side. It's a little bit on the thicker side as well. Again, I just need the Diagalope for that card to fit into, and then that would be ready to mail. And then looking at it, Christmas, this would be a slimline Christmas card, a little bit larger base, slimline die, use it. And then the slimline envelope is a little too skinny for it to fit into. So that's why we would want to use the Diagalope. Just to allow for that piece to go, and then it folds exactly like that as well. And then your piece is ready to mail. So enjoy making your Diagalope.